The top 10 richest black billionaires in the world. According to the Forbes billionaire list, there are about 2,755 billionaires globally. But out of this number, only less than 1% of them are African American. And even though that is a clear sign of disproportionate distribution of wealth, the reality is that the 15 who made it to the Forbes billionaire list are absolutely exceptional. From media and entertainment to private equity and investments, these billionaires are proof that despite the odds, we can achieve true financial freedom. Interested to know their net worth and what they do for a living? Well, be sure to stick around till the end to find out. Number 10. Jay-Z. Net worth $1.4 billion. Sean Carter, popularly known as Jay-Z, as a result of his successful music career, has established a major business empire far beyond his music. He makes his debut on the billionaires list as hip-hop culture's first billionaire. Born in Brooklyn, New York, Jay-Z has a diversified portfolio of investments in a range of businesses including real estate, fine art, a clothing line, his Roc Nation entertainment company, and multiple alcohol brands. Also, some of his wealth comes from music royalties and investments from startups like Ethos and Sweetgreen. Jay-Z recently sold 50% of his shares of his high-end champagne brand Armand de Brianc to LVMH for a whopping $300 million. Number 9. Strive Masiyiwa. Net worth $1.5 billion. Sometimes, to become a billionaire, you have to go against all odds and achieve what you believe in. That is the story of Strive Masiyiwa, who had to overcome government opposition to launch his mobile phone network, Econet Wireless Zimbabwe, in his country of birth in 1990. Part of his wealth also comes from ownership of about half of the private company Liquid Telecom, which provides satellite services and fiber optics to telecom companies across Africa. His other assets include stakes in mobile phone networks, investments in tech companies, and stakes in power distribution firms in Africa. Masiyiwa has been featured on Forbes and Africa's billionaire list since 2019, and even serves on Netflix's board of directors. Number 8. Michael Jordan. Net worth $1.6 billion. Michael Jordan remains the NBA's greatest of all-time players and would reach amazing heights during his time in the league. He won 6 titles with the Chicago Bulls team which he played for. However, despite his successful NBA career, his total career earnings only reached $90 million. But the celebrated sports star and savvy businessman has made massive earnings totaling $1.8 billion through endorsement deals with big brands like Nike, Hanes, and Gatorade. The star also cashes in through his major stake in the NBA-based team, Charlotte Hornets. Since retiring, Michael Jordan dedicated much of his time building up his billion-dollar fortune, and now he is recognized as one of the richest former professional athletes. His name has consistently been featured on the Forbes billionaire list since 2014. Number 7. Kanye West. Net worth $1.8 billion. Controversial musician, fashion designer, and entrepreneur, Kanye West has managed to join the Billionaires Club, but with a bang. Even though Kanye was the second hip-hop artist to achieve billionaire status, he surpassed Jay-Z with a cool $1.8 billion fortune. Kanye has risen very fast to become a billionaire, thanks to his lucrative deal with Adidas. His Yeezy brand alone has managed to push his net worth to the roof, especially considering that he owns 100% stake in the Yeezy brand, which recorded nearly $2 billion in sales in 2020 alone. Kanye also earns a lucrative amount of money from his many investments, ranches in Wyoming, good music record label, publishing rights, and his own music catalog. Through his booming music career, Kanye is reported to have sold over 160 million records, making him one of the world's best-selling music artists. He also won a record 22 Grammy Awards. What great efforts from a man who has been reported to suffer from bipolar disorder. Number 6. Oprah Winfrey. Net worth $2.7 billion. Oprah Winfrey is the only Black woman making it to the Forbes Billionaire list 2022. The media mogul made her fortune hosting a 25-year-old popular hit show, The Oprah Winfrey Show, which she eventually turned into a billion-dollar media empire, the Oprah Winfrey Network. Oprah also successfully partnered with Apple to launch her own television network, in which she now owns about 25% stake. She also nets in through the many films that she starred in, including The Color Purple, The Princess and the Frog, Lee Daniels' The Butler, among many more. But ultimately, Oprah's biggest asset is her brand, which she has successfully built over decades. It is impressive to realize that Oprah was North America's first Black multi-billionaire and also featured as the most influential woman in the world in 2007. Despite having lived in extreme poverty in her early years in rural Mississippi, Oprah was determined to turn her situation around. Number 5. Patrice Motsepe. Net worth $3.1 billion. You can be sure we could not end this list without mentioning Patrice Motsepe, the founder and chairman of African Rainbow Minerals. The company has a business interest in ferrous minerals, base metals, and precious metals like gold and platinum. The South African-born Motsepe takes credit as the first African to make it onto the Forbes Billionaire list back in 2008. Most recently, he became the continent's new president of the Confederation of African Football, making him a certified soccer boss, according to data from Forbes. The business magnate also owns the South African-based Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club, which is one of the most valuable clubs in Africa by market value. Number 4. Abdulsamad Rabiu. Net worth $5.2 billion. Nigerian business mogul Abdulsamad Rabiu amassed his wealth as the founder of the BUA Group, a Nigerian conglomerate active in cement production, sugar refining, and real estate. Reports indicate that Abdulsamad Rabiu owns a staggering 98.5% of the BUA Group. Rabiu followed the footsteps of his father, who was a businessman, by starting his startup in 1998, where he used to import iron, steel, and chemicals. However, he has managed to grow the business and through inheritance from his father, turned his business into a billion-dollar empire. In 2020, Rabiu combined his two large cement companies, Obu Cement and Cement Company of Northern Nigeria, in efforts to strengthen his business empire. Number 3. Robert F. Smith. Net worth $6 billion. Renowned philanthropist, investor, and CEO, Robert F. Smith founded one of the best-performing private equity firms in the world, Vista Equity Partners. Established in 2000, Vista Equity Partners has grown astronomically to reach over $50 billion in assets. The company has a special focus on software companies and has mastered the science of investing, posting annualized returns of 22% since its establishment. Smith was in the headlines in May 2019 for paying off the student debt of the entire Morehouse College graduating class. Smith, however, has not lacked controversy, as he is blamed for evading taxes with the U.S. government. Number 2. Mike Adenuga. Net worth $6.2 billion. Mike Adenuga, who is the second richest African man in Nigeria, also takes the title of the second richest African man in the world in 2022. Adenuga built his fortune through his telecom company, Globacom, and oil production, as well as exploring business interests across several sectors of the economy and various parts of Africa. Globacom is the second largest operator in Nigeria, with about 55 million subscribers, while his oil exploration company, Con Oil, operates 6 large oil wells in the Niger Delta. Adenuga is also a major shareholder in the Equatorial Trust Bank in Nigeria. Despite having a humble background, he struggled against all odds and eventually made his first million by selling lace and soft drinks. Number 1. Aliko Dangote. Net worth $11.4 billion. Aliko Dangote is the richest African in Nigeria and the world and has held the title since 2013. Dangote is the founder and chairman of Dangote Cement, the continent's largest cement producer and one of the largest private sector employers in Nigeria. He owns the largest stake, about 85% of the publicly traded Dangote Cement. This company's stock rose by 30% in 2020, enabling Dangote's wealth to surge astronomically. Part of his business empire is said to have been built from a $3,000 loan from his uncle, which he used to import and sell agricultural commodities in Nigeria. Besides, Aliko also cashes in through salt and sugar manufacturing. Currently, he is building the largest crude oil refinery in Africa, and this will surely push his net worth through the roof. So, there you have it, guys, the top 10 richest black billionaires in the world. And from what we've seen, these billionaires made most of their fortune investing in media and entertainment, private equity, and manufacturing firms.